back to another upload on the channel. So today we are not working on the G6. Still got some final touches and stuff to do, but she's looking good. Today we're working on this. So I did start flushing it. It is full of distilled water. Currently, tomorrow night is supposed to be in the 20s. So we need to get this flushed, and we need to get a mixture of our coolant and our antifreeze and water cycled through this, so we don't have any issues with freezing. And it's almost 70 degrees out now, so why not do it now? So we're going to do the same exact thing we did the other day, and while it's draining and things of that sort, we're going to start moving some of this stuff around. I got a new box. It's got all of our inserts in here because currently that one is missing some. This is this bracket. This bracket right here that I picked up from the junkyard is this old rusty one. Basically it's broken through right there. So we're going to replace that, and we got a whole bunch of other stuff in the mail, so we're going to address that as well. So with that being said, let's not waste any time because we've only got a little bit of daylight left. Let's get this coolant flushed and parts swapped. You can hear it. You listen closely. But we got the box out. It's 2 screws for the bottom of it. That's all we're replacing is the bottom. 1 screw each side, and then there are 2 little tabs that hold it to the air duct that goes to the front. So basically the intake ducting. This is looking pretty nasty, and this is also looking pretty nasty. But I'm just going to clean this one up. So if he wants to replace it, he can do that. I'm just going to clean this box up, hose it out a little bit. Then we're going to slap it right in there. Pretty simple, quick. This is not really rusty at all, so I'm not even going to bother painting it. I'm just going to slap it in there. And then we'll get that all buttoned up as well. This has a little more on it. As you can see, it's over here. This actually has this box right here that I'm going to have to remove or slide out of the way, and then that should be about it. It's pretty easy. I think it's just the 1 bolt if I remember right, because I had to take it off the other truck, and then it just slides out of the way. A couple of screws down here, and then there's one down further that you have to move to get to, and that comes right out, and we'll swap it right back in. It'll be nice and easy. So with that being said, let's keep on moving. Totally forgot to hit record on that, but not a big deal. Like I said, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts to take the top off, 1, 2 bolts to get the bottom out. This hose clips into the side. It just is held in by a little snap clamp. There. Now she's fully seated. And the snap clamp actually holds, there's a little filter on the inside as well. Not a big deal. Everything kind of swaps out pretty easily. Let's see, we're still dripping, so that's fine. We'll let that drip while we take care of this. So I think we're going to end up using actually the same size. There was some coolant in it, so it's not too bad, but we're going to end up using the same sized socket, I believe. Now let's try not to drop this. We are going to need a ratchet. Alright guys, so here's the major difference in our brackets. This one looks good. This one that we took out, that is all rusted to crap right underneath the battery. So I'm guessing this was corrosion from the battery because we don't really get salt and stuff down here. So I can't imagine of anything else, because there's literally nowhere else in this truck that's even close to rusted, except for this spot and then a spot that was kind of directly under it. So I'm guessing some battery acid got there and tore this up. But let's see. Like I said, the only bolts that were needed to take out were these two here that were kind of up in the front clip section, and then there's this one down here, which you had to remove the other piece that was connected in here. It slides down in here with one bolt. Super easy. Anybody could really do it. And I think these were a 1/2 inch, or I used a 10. These were 8s, I think I used on it. Something like that. Super easy though. I mean, pretty generic sizes. So let's get this one swapped in there. Alright guys, so if you can see with the light that this hose right here is the hose that I added, and right next to it, right here, right there, is this drain plug. So it's got like a little wing nut on it. All you got to do is screw it out, unscrew it to open up the valve, and then when you're done, just put it down in there, screw her back up, and it's tight. So super easy to drain that. And we're just going to take our hose back out, because this is the hose, as you can see with the indentation, that I took from this guy right here. So we are going to set this up right here. Hopefully you can see that. And we are going to put this back up, but first I did get a new clip, because the last one that was originally from here went flying when I was trying to put it back on, and I never found it. So we're going to do this the safe way. That's not very good. Let's give this another shot here. Doesn't have to be overly tight. I don't think this builds a ton of pressure in this type of system. Let's get it on there a little bit more. Beautiful. So, like I said, when you're plugging this back up, make sure you make your connection on this end of the hose. You've got one connection here for the washer fluid, another hose like this, and then you have your connection, your electrical connection for the fluid level for the washer fluid. So with that being said, let's get this thrown back in. Let's get this guy over here for you. So we're just going to take our hose, which is down here, if I can hold on to it, make this connection here, just like so. We'll take our electrical connection, which is right here, and it's can only go on one way because it's a unique shape, so you can't really mess it up. Just push it till you get your two clicks, your two clips on the outside. Connect. You know they're engaged. Then you gotta kind of feed this in at an angle. As you can see, it's got kind of, you just slide it into that little hole in the bracket. Just like that. You just slide it in enough and wiggle it until you get far enough on there that you can get this side over that hole. Then you're going to take this nut, slap it back on, so it doesn't come off. I'm going to feed this line underneath this other line because I don't want it up in the top. And then you just slide it over there. It's perfect. Let's tighten this up before we forget. We're going to throw the cap back on. Really, no, I'm not going to throw the cap back on because we need to fill the system now. That's it. This system is 100% empty. So, with that being said, let's throw some coolant in it. I'm going to do, so what I've got over here is I bought pre-diluted and one, because it needs 2.5 gallons, so if I got a gallon of concentrated, gallon of distilled water, and then whatever's left we'll do with this. I'm probably going to leave some of this, not do it all the way, because there's probably still some diluted water or distilled water in the system, and I'd like it, because he's going to where it is so cold, I'd like a little bit more antifreeze in the system. So we're probably going to leave, I don't know, a little bit at the bottom, and then we'll just transfer it over to this one, and then we'll use whatever's left for the cleanup to empty our drain pan. So with that being said, let's throw this in there, we'll get that in there, and then we'll top everything off with this one. So let's get to it. So it did not take nearly as much as I thought it might, but it will also drain as we run it. So I'm going to top this up with the 50/50 stuff, and then as you can see, it's already starting to go down some, so bubble up. So with that being said, we'll top it up with the 50/50 stuff and see if we can't get it to run. Which we really need to get all of that coolant circulating into the engine, so that when it's really cold tomorrow night, we don't have an issue with any freezing, blowing out the freeze plugs in this thing or anything like that. So let's see if we can't get it started. I was using my jumper pack on the G6 yesterday and then the day before, so hopefully it's charged enough to get this thing to crank over. So let's do it. Alright guys, here we go. It's time for, I won't say the first startup, but first startup in a couple days anyway. Get the fuel pump working. Let's hope we can get enough juice.